Advantage of all those fabulous deals, those wonderful opportunities that we bring you here at Hochanda, now shipping again to you out in America. So take advantage of that. Make sure you become a Freedom member though. Take advantage of that saving.
If you love cake and you love to bake, we've got something you're going to enjoy. Here at Hochanda's Crafty Kitchen, we'll be introducing you to brand new guest demonstrators from the world of baking and cake decorating, who will be on hand to inspire you with sugar flour making techniques, food flavouring ideas, baking kits in a bottle, and as well as showcasing some very fashionable kitchen aprons. Watch out for brand new products, some very bespoke to the baking world, but others you can utilise within the world of craft, which will allow you more flexibility between the different mediums. Intrigued? Well, set your temperatures, set your timers, and tune in every fortnight to see what's in the oven on the Crafty Kitchen.
Hi, I'm Hayley from Craft Yourself Silly, and we're really excited to still be working with you guys here on Hochanda. We were there from the very, very beginning, and we're still bringing you lots of really exciting soft crafts. We design and manufacture all of our kits and all of our fabrics here in the UK, and we love bringing them to you. So if you're an experienced sewer or you're just starting out in soft crafts and sewing, join us. There's tips and fabrics for everybody. Make sure you don't miss our shows and come and craft yourself silly on Hochanda.
Hi, my name is Catherine Sturrock and I work in collaboration with FMM. FMM creates some wonderful cake decorating cutters. We've brought them to Hochanda and used them with air dry clay to create some beautiful flowers, leaves and other florals. We use them then to decorate various products such as laser cut designs, mixed media, card making and many other items. So join me on Hochanda and let me guide you through the process of putting together various flowers such as roses, peonies and lots more besides.
Welcome to Hochanda's 5 Days of Christmas. Are you struggling for ideas or need a little extra creative assistance as you start your crafty preparations for Christmas 2020? From Thursday the 23rd of July at 6 p.m. to Tuesday the 28th of July at 6 p.m, we'll be bringing you 5 days of Christmas crafting. Tune in and be inspired by Pink Ink, Sentimentally Yours, Clarity Stamp, John Next Door, La Blanche and many, many more as they help you get into the crafty Christmas spirit. Also, as an early Christmas treat from us to you, make a purchase of any item and you will automatically be given a £5 credit to spend against any purchase of £30 or more the following day. And you can do this every day throughout our event. So get ready for Christmas 2020 by tuning in to our 5 Days of Christmas from the 23rd of July at 6 p.m.
Hello there, good morning and welcome to a brand new day here at Hochanda, kicking things off with fabulous Quilting Antics, and we have got so much for you. You can see here we've got absolutely incredible projects that you are going to be able to create using a fabulous pattern book the wonderful Anthea has put together. But we're going to go through it all individual, don't worry. So we've got all the different kind of tweeds and elements that are going to help you create these. But of course the core is that wonderful book there with all those amazing designs are there. Talking about amazing, I am not on my own. The creative mind behind this one, the lovely Anthea, is here with us as well. So Quilting Antics wouldn't be Quilting Antics without our fabulous Anthea. Good morning, Anthea. How are you doing?
Good morning, Yeah, I'm really good, thank you, Hayley.
All ready to go.
Well, almost.
It's a bit early to be raring, really, isn't it? But we'll do our best. Now, I'm going to let Anthea continue to get herself ready while I tell you about what we've got in the show, because we've got loads. And we've got 2 shows with Anthea, another one at 10 o'clock, but it will be completely different products featuring there. So if you've got any questions that you're wanting to ask during this hour, then I would encourage you to do so. Now, what we have got is a fabulous array. Now, if you saw those wonderful projects that we've just been looking at, the bags, the cushions, you will notice they have got some amazing designs with regards to kind of the outline, the bag, the cushion, all the different projects, but then the applique. My goodness, how adorable is this applique? Now, this is continuing in kind of a theme that Anthea has brought to us since probably about April time, to be fair. And now we are looking at holidaying at home, which many of us are having to do, really, aren't we? And there's some wonderful projects here if you are looking at maybe a staycation or staying pretty close to home. And this is brilliant because within here you have got the wherewithal to be able to create some wonderful designs. Now, in here you have got 7 patterns. So you've got things like your cushions, you've got your messenger bag, your kind of core element, but then you've got those amazing applique pieces. So you can do your little sea otters floating along, you can do your wonderful butterfly bunting, all those are in there, but you are getting more. Now, this is something that is exclusive to us, and this is the key thing. Anthea has put together a whole host of goodies in here. So you can see things like your oyster catcher elements, they are all featuring with it in there. You've got the applique for all your different elements, as you can see there, those gorgeous butterflies featuring. But you've also got the core elements to allow you to create those wonderful bags. You can see templates featuring in here for laying out those appliques, potentially using the wonderful tweeds that we see. Now, at the bottom of your screen, you'll notice we've got the sea otter applique pack, or we'll also have applique packs for all the other designs as well. So whether you are looking at these, I mean, these are so cute. I just love otters. Anyway, they go to sleep holding hands, don't they, so they don't drift off. Love it, so cute. So there you go, those are your lovely little otters. So you'll see in the front of the otters, you've got your applique pack, and you will find that along each one of these items. So whether it's the strawberry fair you're looking at, whether it's the oyster catchers, the butterflies, there are applique packs featuring with those. But I will mention that you won't get a pattern within the applique packs. They're kind of like, as Anthea said, a bolt-on to add on to the pattern there. So all the pattern, all the dimensions, all the applique patterns are featuring within here, exclusive to us here at Hochanda, and then you've got the applique packs which you can add in, and that's nice because you might look at those otters and think, I love them, but I don't actually want them on a bag, I want them on the cushion. Well, you can do that because of course within here you'll have the pattern for the cushion. You could be even using your own fabrics for the cushion and then going for the applique pack and putting those wonderful otters in place. Details are on your screen there, so 216792 if you fancy getting hold of that one. £23.99. That is a really good price. You've got 7 projects in there, 7 patterns, so yeah, that is a really good value bundle. It's nearly a 40% saving when you're looking at that £15 there, so yeah, do take advantage of that. Now, when you look at this, you will see that we've got a bundle of fabulous tweeds. Now, as if by magic, if you added in that pattern, you can transform those into these beautiful butterflies. Starting off with your red admiral there, absolutely beautiful. All the elements there within the applique pack to create those. Or maybe the common blue will be the first one that you're working with. And don't forget, we've got these on bunting, but you could be actually putting them onto the bags if you wanted to. Then you've got your peacock with those gorgeous round elements featuring on there. And a new one to me, the orange tip here. Isn't that lovely? Nice and bright and white, as you can see those orange tips. And then that traditional tortoise shell, as you can see with there, with that beautiful detail at the top of the butterflies. So that's what you've got here. You've got all the different elements to create with these, and this is the beauty. You'll get them, all 5 of those butterflies you can create. Or you could take those colours and kind of play around them, make your own fantasy butterflies if you wanted to. They don't have to necessarily be in the format that Anthea's put together there on the bunting, and then in the pattern it can be entirely up to you. 345837, just £21.99 will get you that brilliant quality tweed. If you've never invested in Anthea's tweed before, then treat yourself to one of these applique packs with that pattern, because it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at this. You could even applique that, put them onto jeans or a denim jacket, something like that. It doesn't have to be home decor, it doesn't have to be a bag, it doesn't have to be a cushion. It can be whatever you want it to be. Or maybe just put a little safety pin on the back, turn it into a brooch. It's entirely up to you. Or maybe it'll be the red admiral. Maybe that's the one that you're going to go for. I don't know, you could be adding additional detail. You can see obviously you've got your stitch line with these, but these are nice manageable size pieces, so technically if you wanted to hand stitch these you could do. I mean, you've got little French knots on there, so you could do the whole thing in hand stitching if you wanted to. But what a wonderful piece there. Love them. So 345837, that will get you all of your tweeds. Of course, if you want to put them onto a bag or a project, then you need to add in your own stash in order for you to create those. But don't forget the pattern. If you're wanting the layout, because that is just for your fabric, you're not going to have the layout of those butterflies. You need to add in that wonderful pattern as well, which is very, very busy. Lots of you taking advantage of that one. It's good value. Like that one. There you go. Now, the next one that we've got for you is featuring quite a lot of fabric, because in this one you're making your fabulous little messenger bag. Again, the pattern is included within the pattern booklet at the bottom of your screen, but then you have got your amazing tweed. I love this. It's almost like strawberry jam with cream, isn't it, that? Ooh, gorgeous. Love that. But have a look at this beautiful applique. Now again, the applique design is within the pattern book at the bottom of your screen there. It is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? All that fine detail. And don't forget, these are techniques that are step by step. So if you're looking at this thinking, oh, I love that idea, but I'm just a beginner sewer, there's no way I could do this. Yes, you can, because you have got the brilliant teaching of Anthea. So nice and easy for you to work with. And yeah, you'll have loads of fun with that. And again, you could hand stitch this one if you wanted to. Now in here, you've got your fabric that's going to create your fabulous bag, as you can see. But what you will also have, oh, you're just adding your own lining. So whatever colour you like, I mean, naturally red's going to work, isn't it, because of the strawberries. But then, of course, you've got all that applique detail, which is included within your fabric pack that we've got here. And I think I haven't got my glasses. Let me put my glasses on, just have a little look. I'm trying to figure out whether it's embroidered or... Oh, it is embroidered. The little pips, a little bit of embroidery on there. And I love this. It's kind of a style called raw egg. Well, I was going to say raw egg. Raw edge applique. Oh, it's going to be one of those days when I get my words mixed up again. I thought I'd got over it, but obviously I haven't. But you can see here, sometimes people, if it's a satin stitch embroidering or applique, should I say, sometimes people do get concerned with this. But it's almost like a little, it could be free motion that you're doing here, or just using your straight stitch. So it's just sewing in different directions to actually create that leaf detail. And then a little bit of hand stitching for your little pips on your strawberries there. Isn't that lovely? There you go. So £37.99. Again, it's for your fabric. If you want in your pattern, your applique template, they're all within the pattern booklet at the bottom of your screen. 014411. Beautiful. Now, I know I'm in good company when we're busy with the otters, because they are adorable. I mean, what's not to love about otters? I mean, they're just such little characters, aren't they? Any documentary you see on the TV, you just can't help but get drawn into it, can you? And have a look at these little faces. Aren't they perfect? Absolutely beautiful. I love the way that the tweed works so well with these as well. And this one's obviously giving a little friend a lift there, as you can see. They're just batting those little feet away in the air as it goes. But already 40% of the stock has gone. Now, just to reiterate, we're looking at the beautiful tweeds again here. The template, the pattern are included within the booklet at the bottom of your screen. So for £15.99, you will have all those. Oh, look at the little baby otter. Oh, aren't they gorgeous? Beautiful. The stars, you're going to get that fabric within there as well. So that's what you're going to get within here. You're going to get your fabrics for all your applique elements that we've just saw on that wonderful design for £15.99, 229114. And again, the wonderful pattern is featuring within the booklet. And it's not just the applique, it's the actual bag pattern as well. But as I said, you might want to put them on one of the cushions. You might already have a pattern, one of Anthea's previous patterns, and you might think they'd sit perfectly in there. But don't forget, you need the pattern to actually get the template for these. So 229114. I say the pattern for this, you're going to get 7 patterns in there for that price. So really, really beautiful. In fact, it's absolutely blooming. Well, that's the bag as well. And that's what we've got here. And it's similar sort of style, as you can see. The two bags are side by side, but don't they look different when they're decorated in a different way? I love this idea. You're getting loads of tweed again within your little fabric pack here. You're going to get the fabric that's going to create that wonderful sweep with that beautiful polka dot tweed. Doesn't that look brilliant? All those gorgeous colours in there. You're also going to get a large piece that will allow you to create obviously the backdrop for your flowers. And if I twist that round, you'll see it on the back there. as well, that's featuring. And then you're going to get all of your applique fabrics. So all your fabrics for your different flower heads, your foliage in there as well, all those different elements. Now you can see here, you could quite easily use these, well, in whichever combination you like. You might follow the template within the pattern at the bottom to create them just as Anthea's done. Or you might decide, well, hang on, I've got a little bit of tweed left over from one of my previous packs at Anthea's, but I'm going to incorporate that as well and eke it out even further. You might want to add your little buttons to this in the centres. It's entirely up to you. Now you'll notice with the bag it has got a certain amount of body to it, and that has been created using some of the products that we've got on the show as well. So you just need to add in your R form, which you will find on the website. If you're shopping online or watching us online, then it will pop up at the bottom. You've got all the different elements there, and you can see at the bottom of your screen there the bag. If you're wanting the bag pattern 216792, that will get you that fabulous bag pattern along with 6 others. So there you go, pop that in. But the fabrics, the all-important fabrics that really do set it off, the details there, 713414. You've actually got 2 flexi buys on this one. So what you could do is add that pattern in, and you're paying around £12 extra on that flexi buy. But of course you'll have the pattern, you'll have all of the patterns, should I say, and your fabric ready to get started the moment it arrives. So there you go, 713414. Now your oyster catcher, this is a nice one because you've got choices with this one. Not choices as in you've got to make a decision now, but when you get your pack home, you can decide which of the 2 applique designs you're going to go for. So you can see within here, you've got all your fabric again for your cushion, and the pattern is in the booklet at the bottom of your screen. So all those beautiful tweeds. I mean, look how gorgeous do these look. Beautiful. Absolutely fabulous. But then you have got all the different elements in there. Now within here, dependent on which of the designs you choose, and you can literally just sit down at your machine and then decide which of the 2 you're going to go for. You've got enough of the applique fabric for you to create either of these 2 designs. So you decide. Now what you will find is if you go for one, you'll end up with a little bit of fabric left over. If you go for the other, again, you'll have a little bit of fabric left over. It just depends, because for instance, the boat in this one, you will use the brown, whereas you won't use it so much with the little oyster catchers over there. So lovely, lovely design. And again, beautiful tweed, creating an absolutely incredible cushion, which is falling over. Now we're busy for these, and I'm not surprised. I mean, it is kind of the epitome of the going away, isn't it? It's seeing the birds in flight and the ships that you'd see, the boats should you see in a little kind of harbour somewhere. It's not going to work, is it? There they go. No, not to worry. We'll sort that out in a moment. It needs something to lean against, I think. The balancing act. Oh, there we go. Might have it now. So don't forget, all those wonderful fabric and applique packs are going to give you the elements to create the designs, but you need to invest in your pattern to get the layouts, and that's what many of you are doing. Now, you don't have to go for the fabric packs. You could go for the booklet by itself. That's not an issue at all. Because using those wonderful fabrics that we say fabrics, they're all tweeds. That's the beauty. So within here, just to reiterate, you're going to get your full instructions. So, of course, referring back to some of the other books that we do see from Anthea as well. So if you've never shopped from Anthea, do check out her section on the website. There's loads there, and we are going to be touching on Christmas a little bit later on. But what you will get in here, you will get your templates. You can see that for your absolutely blooming bag. You can see where you're going to lay out those designs of those applique fabrics, but you will also get the layouts for the elements as well. So you can see here, and she's telling you the different colours that you need for you to create it in the style that she's created. But of course, creative license means you can create them in whichever way. Then you've got your traditional butterflies all featuring here. Of course, we saw those on the bunting, but you could be putting those on the bag or on the cushion. And all of that is included within here. 7 different projects. And you will also get some additional bits and pieces within here. And this is exclusive to us here at Hochanda. So if you go to Anthea's website, you won't find this. You won't be able to get hold of it. We are the only place that you can get hold of all 7 of those patterns with the additional goodies in one place. 216792. Very busy for your pattern booklet there. £23.99 for 7 patterns is incredible value for money. Amazing value for money. And needless to say, It's on the website, along with many other things that Anthea has brought to us. And you can see there, that's where you're going to get your R-form from, that's where you're going to get your wadding from. You can get all those different bits and pieces. So, yeah, whatever you're adding into your basket, make sure you do check your basket out timely, because we are very busy and I don't want you to miss out on anything. You might want to add in some of those 7-day savers that you might be able to find on the website as well. There's all sorts of goodies there. And don't forget, they are going to go up in price on Sunday at 8 o'clock, so not too long to take advantage of those. But, mentioned obviously Quilting Antics, and we've got fabulous Anthea joining us, which we're going to hand over to Anthea in a few moments. Do cast your eye at the fabulous quilt behind Anthea as well, because this is something that's a bit of a new thing for us here at Hochanda, and I know when you see this quilt it is going to be a little bit crazy. And as I hand over to Anthea, this is kind of a new thing for you, kind of a block a month.
That's right, so we've done a few quilts before, but this is the first time that we've brought it, you know, block by block, so piece by piece. So it makes it a lot more affordable.
Now on the website we have got the full quilt, so if you can't wait and you don't want to do it block by block, then the details are on your screen there, and that will get you everything in one go. And the details are there. 3 flexi buys, £66.66, but Anthea will be bringing them block by block. I think block 1 is the first release, isn't it?
That's right, and just to mention as well that if you're not into bunnies, there's a dog and a cat alternative for each block.
Oh, nice idea. I love it. Gorgeous artwork as well. Now, obviously, you come and join us here at Hochanda, but you're not a one-woman band. You've got many people that help you.
I'm not. And the artist responsible for this is Sue. Sue does most of our artwork. So the pair of us have been flat out, I think it's fair to say.
Well, you bring us some wonderful designs, and that's the key
Thank you.
thing.
Thank you.
Now, in the show, obviously, we're featuring the pattern booklet. So within here, I mean, what was you thinking behind this?
So, well, we started out when all this horribleness began, and the first book that we did on this theme was Bulldog Spirit. Sorry, I'm having a right mind blank here.
It's kind of taking us right the way back to kind of the beginning when, well, life changed for everybody, didn't it?
That's right. So we did the Bulldog Spirit initially, and you seem to really like that. So then a few weeks later, as the mood changed, we did Always Dream, because we were all thinking about, you know, what life would look like, and you know, some people have been luckier than others, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And then we did Reunited, when Boris said we could all kind of get back together, so we did pairs of things. And now this is the one, we're looking forward even further, aren't we? And we're not quite brave enough to get on that plane necessarily and zoot off somewhere warm, so we thought holiday at home. So lots of the pics are taken on my garden wall, or in my garden.
I know, that's a beautiful view. I have to say as well, what was that, 40% of the stock has gone? Oh, a quarter of the stock. Sorry, I was going to say, my goodness. Even so, a quarter of the stock at 7:20 in the morning. It's amazing. Okay, so within the covers, what have we got? Talk us through the booklet.
So now I'm going to fess up, because Sue and I, we're really up against it. So Adele and Hazel and Lisette still on furlough. Okay. So we are kind of just, you know, powering along. At the moment, this is still a draft version. Sue today is drawing extra things to go in here.
Oh, see, okay.
So I think there might be things like honeysuckle and fuchsias and, you know, like loads of nice plants, and maybe some like kind of insects and things that you might find in your garden.
So you could add extras.
Yeah, we both come across this local little hidden gem that was absolutely full of damselflies. I've never seen as many like, you know, the dragonflies, but the slightly smaller sapphire blue one. And we were both so overwhelmed by all these damselflies that it's possible she could put one of those in. She might put a frog in. You know, so there'll be lots of things that are now just going to creep in just to. We wanted this to be a genuine good purchase for Hochanda viewers. You know, we wanted, and part of that is saying thank you for your support as well.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing. So it's holiday at home. It's projects to either enjoy in your garden, you hang around your garden, or put in your house. So like the butterfly bunting.
Beautiful.
It's going in my garden. I've got a gloomy little corner that just needs livening up. A
bit of brightness.
And because the thing with wool is, if you're going to felt it or shrink it, you need heat and you need friction.
Yes.
So if you just have the water on its own in rain, you haven't got the heat and you haven't got the friction, so it won't felt. It'll just dry. I mean, obviously you're
washed
going to
and
lose a
dried
little
on
bit of
a daily
condition.
basis.
Yeah, you're going to lose, well, up in the northwest for sure. But, you know, you might lose a little bit of condition.
Yes.
But it's absolutely fine hung up there.
Beautiful.
And I actually Facebook the butterflies. I put them in a bush at home the other day, and they look real. They look really, really good.
Now, the butterflies are one of the projects, the applique projects that feature in the book. But on the front cover, you've got the fabulous otters. Now, as we go to have a little look through that book, I need to let you know that the Antics little otters, the fabric bundle that you're getting with your otters, that is now limited in stock. You see on your screen there. I'm not surprised. I mean, they're absolutely adorable, aren't they? Those little faces there. So if you want in the template, then Anthony's going to take us through that book in just a few moments, and the details are at the bottom of the screen. But the fabric pack to allow you to create your little otters is on your screen there, 229114. So, Anthea.
Yeah, so I've actually got the otters here. So a couple of times so far this year, I've demonstrated our Bosal technique that we've been championing for teeth in for quite some time, and that's how we've made the otters. Now, there's no reason why you can't just do a fusible web technique if you prefer that idea, but I just wanted to kind of show you. Tutankhamun and Cleopatra, that's what Sue's called them.
I love it.
So you just make them. It's like quilting by numbers. So on the drawing, when you get the book, there'll be numbers to tell you which order to build things in, and you put your fabric on. You sew around from the back, so you've got, you can see she's drawn this in red, so you've got lines to follow, and then you just cut your fabric back from the front. So it's such an easy technique. And in the otter pack, I've given you the colours to do the 2 otters on the bag, but I've also chucked in a few extra bits, so you might even get 3 otters out. I'm not 100% because I didn't measure it, but I just thought, ooh, what if somebody wants a bit of a darker colour?
Yeah.
So I chucked a bit extra in. So that's your otters.
They're adorable.
Excuse me. And I thought, right now, what we do is, rather than do the applique, because we've touched on that so many times already, I thought, well, what I want to do with you is the actual physical bag, because what we've used is a technique with Bosal that isn't quite what we're all used to doing with our bags. So just to start with a flick in the book, when I put these books together, you get all the blurb that no one ever reads, because we look at the first page and we look at the last page and we look at the pictures. Am I right, Hayley?
Yeah, very much. And is there any chance you could just slide that just slightly over to the right, just so we can get it? That is absolutely spot on. Oh, can I just, sorry, it's me again.
No, it's fine.
In. I know I'm a pain in the rear end, but I need to let you know, you can see on your screen it has sold out. Anthea has allowed us to give you more stock of the applique pack. We're just getting it sorted out so she can get hold of it. So if you are ordering from this moment on, you will have a 7-day extended delivery with regards to it, but you can still get hold of it. Of course, we've got the pattern booklet, which is going to give you the template, which is what Anthea has been working with. But if you're wanting the fabrics, just give us a few moments. It'll be the same item number, so if you've already jotted it down or you've got it in your basket, then don't worry, you will be able to check that out in a few moments. We just need to get it loaded onto the system. Sorry, Anthea.
Yeah, we needed a week this time because the mill's not quite up to full strength yet, so I will order more fabric, and it could take a week to get with me. So yeah, bear with us all. It's a really bonkers time at the minute because we all want to do really well and we all want to get back up to full strength, but there's just so many things that you know,
it's just like little obstacles, aren't
as
there?
bizarrely as it sounds, we've kept the business going through the whole thing, and we nearly ground to a halt because we couldn't buy paper.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Just to do the books.
Yeah.
And that almost ground us to a halt.
Yeah.
Because I don't use like your normal stuff that you buy. Mine's like better quality printing paper, and you know, you really don't expect that nowadays something as small as that would stop you. Right, so but focus now, Anthea. Get your eye back in. So, so when I write these books, and you're thumbing through, and you might go, why she put that there and this over here? And the reason is, if I did like page 1. This drawing, page 2, that drawing, it would be on the back. So I space things out, so you would get a drawing, some words, then the other drawing, and then some more words, so that you've got that. You can get your pages, they're all unstapled, so you can just spread out and do whatever you want. So your first things first, you need your 2 parts of your drawing. Now, if you can reproduce this on your printer at home, photocopier, that's fine. But if you can't, put them together. Don't cut into your pattern book because you want to keep that nice. And a piece of greaseproof paper over the whole lot would allow you to trace. You know, you don't need to go and buy something expensive. Would allow you to trace it. So what I've done here is, just pop that over there. I've made myself a template, and from that I've cut, oops, right, I've cut one in the outer fabric, one in the bozel and one in the lining, and then I've fused them together. Now Beryl, I think it was Beryl, forgive me if I've got your name wrong, emailed me this week and said, how do I deal with the double-sided bozel?
Okay.
Because we're not used to using it, are we? It's still fairly new to many of us. So it's not that sticky. It's not sticky like your fusible web, you know, like your Bonder webs where you iron them and it's a permanent fix. So what I do is, like today, I put my tweed bit down first, then I put my bozel on top and the cotton on top again. And the difference between what we're doing now and what you're used to doing is you've got your right side up. Because usually, or formerly, we would be all right sides together, right sides down and what have you. So iron. So steam iron works best with bozel. And again, we're conditioned into using that dry iron. You know, quilters don't do, well, we don't iron anyway, do we? We press. So a steam iron when you're using bozel gives a much better fix. So, and what you can do with tweed is, if you, rather than stamping it on and risking scorching, if you hover it over for a minute and let that steam get in and let everything get gummy and stuff, then you can press and you'll get a, you know, steam like hot and sweaty and all that. It does a lot better. So I've just secured the layers together. Now, if you want to, you could put pins or safety pins in there for an extra fix too. So just to work backwards a sec, when you put your bozel on, and like lots of you are thinking, oh, it's going to, yes, it could ruin your iron, you know, if you're going to get lots of glue on, but your ironing board, don't worry, because when you press it, it'll just peel off, just like pulling a plaster off. It doesn't stick that, it's just like it's a bit of a low tack. So I've got my 3 pieces there, all good to go. So now we start the bag proper. And the thing with the difference with the bozel technique to the one that we're used to doing with bags, you know, where we do right sides together and all our seams are inside, is that this one, there's no chance to hide your seams. So I'll just stick that on there, put my glasses on. It's a bit thicker than what you're used to when you're putting them together, but you'll get used to it. So often your machine, if you lift your presser foot, it's one thing, but if you give your presser foot another shove, you can get a bit higher. So that often makes it easier. And just for this, oops, come straight down the side, oops. In fact, I'm going to make my stitch length a bit longer and it'll cope with this a bit better.
And all the seam allowances and everything all included within the patterns?
Yeah, and just your regular 1/4 inch seam allowance.
Now, with regards to these, if people, I mean, when anybody that see you with a bag like this is going to say, oh, can you make me one of those? Or can I pay you to make me one of these? Is that okay for people to do?
Yeah, I have no problem in that. The only thing that you can't do is reproduce the pattern for commercial reasons. Well, you can't reproduce the pattern. So if you're making to sell, my only condition is please get as much money as you can.
I think that's one that we'll all be in agreement
Don't go
with.
to all that effort and give it away. You know, try and make it worth your while. And I know for, you know, charity stalls and stuff rely on a lot of these things.
Well,
so,
they do, and there's some lovely designs. I mean, things like if you support animal charities or wildlife charities or bird charities. I mean, you've got them all within this particular pattern, haven't you? Because they're all included within there.
Yeah.
So, you could be supporting those.
Tried to look at what's going on in the garden. Now I'm just going to trim the loose edges of the fabric down. You can be really rough and ready with this technique. So we've got here the body of the bag in 2 seams, is done. How much easier is that than...
Well, this is it. And I was just thinking, looking at the fabric here, I mean, the beauty of tweed is you don't get the fraying, do you? You don't get all the kind of the trickiness.
Well, you can, it does fray, but it's not going to do when I finish with it. So let's pull it out, and you can see straight away in 2 seams, and Hayley will tell you. So this morning I arrived, and I've actually prepped this in the half hour before we've gone on air, and already we're looking like we've got a lined bag.
That's fabulous, yeah.
So let's come back here. So we've got some ugly seams. I think it's fair to say that's not pretty, is it? Not pretty. Right, so what we're going to do is put that to one side, and we're going to do some binding, and we're going to bind the seams. And I thought it'd be a really useful chance just to look at binding and how we do it. So here's some I prepared earlier.
Fabulous.
So you'll probably need about 2 strips for this bag. There's lots and lots of different ways to do binding. Okay. There's straight binding, there's bias binding, there's 1.5 inch binding, 2.25 inch binding, but I like 2.5 inches. And what we're trying to do is we want a long strip that's straight, and when we're joining them, we're going to join the seams diagonally. And the reason that we're going to join them diagonally is we don't want much bulk in these. So that will get pressed open, just finger press it for now, and then I'm going to fold my binding in half. Now if you see, the seam when I folded it in half spreads from here to the point and then right the way out to here, so that's not a bulky seam. It's you know, it's quite flat, but to join these can be a little bit tricky. And if you never ever have to unpick one, I just don't think you're doing it right. So the way to do it is right sides together, and we want to, if I've got to unpick this, I'm going to just be like really cross at myself. Put them together at a right angle, and then we are going to sew diagonally from here to here. So I'm disregarding in fact, probably make it easier for you at home if I cut the selvage edges off. There we go. So now I've got some nice edges and we can put them on square. Right, so if you put a pin in, let's get a pin. If you put a pin in where you're going to sew diagonally, or as my friend's son used to say, diagonally, I think that's a great word. And then open it out, you can see that you're going the right way.
That's
now, let me do
a good thing to do, isn't it? To test that.
How do I do it the wrong way?
Is it the angle in the is it the angle in the opposite direction?
You so often do it wrong. And let's just not bother about right sides together just for a sec. If we... No, that would... Oh, knickers. There. Hayley's got it. Hayley's got it.
Right. The angle, isn't it?
So if we get it wrong, then you would end up with that.
Yes. Yeah.
It wouldn't open nicely.
It ends up being a right angle corner rather than a straight.
I can manage to do it wrong so beautifully well when I'm trying to do it right, but deliberately wrong takes a little bit more effort. So, right sides together. Let's put the pin in. Now normally I wouldn't use a pin, I'd just go for it, but I'm on my best behaviour today, if you believe that.
And there's lots of different techniques that you're learning within this pattern, which is brilliant if you are a novice sewer, because you're learning lots, but having something at the end of it, a finished project. Yeah.
So let's just hedge our bets.
Okay.
So the pin's in diagonally. I'm using the corners from the bottom of the one underneath there to the top of the one on top. That's how I'm finding my corners. The pin's in. I'm going to open it up, and when I've sewn it, that should look okay. I think.
Take a moment, does it, just to double check that?
So the if I'm going to go wrong, going wrong would be if I come forward a little bit and open it, so like a dog leg.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want a dog leg there. You want to try and get it as straight as you can. The studio seems really quiet when you're like at this point. And it's like,
No, you're okay. No pressure at all.
no pressure.
We'll continue to keep the details on the screen there because, of course, Anthea is working from that exclusive booklet that she's brought to us here at Hochanda. And this is one of those projects. She's working on the fabulous bag that you've got at the front there, just creating the tape to encapsulate the seams that she's just been sharing with us. And you can see on the front here, you've got your wonderful otters. Now, we have got some applique packs that will allow you to create these little projects here. The otters being the first one of them to sell out. I'm not surprised, absolutely adorable as you can see here. So you're going to get the fabric. The fabric will allow you to create your otters, but the actual bag pattern is included within the bag, the pattern booklet that we've been sharing with you. So on extended delivery, we're only looking at an extra 7 days with that, so not too long at all to wait. So dispatch the 31st of July. How scary is that? July's already out of the way. But your pattern, I'll go through everything in a few moments. We'll have a little bit of a review, but the pattern, of course, has got everything in that Anthea has been sharing with us. Your templates, your full colour pictures in there. There are bonuses within there as well, which are exclusive to us here at Hochanda. You can see you've got your applique bag pattern there. It's exclusive to us, but half of the stock has gone at $23.99 for 7 projects, patterns and applique elements in there. Absolutely phenomenal value for money. It's proven to be very, very popular. 216792 is the item number. How are you getting on with your join over there?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. So I've cut the seam allowance down to probably about 1/8 of an inch, so about half of what you're used to. Now, fold your binding in half and press. Now, this is a straight binding, so if you're going to go around a circle, you would need a bias binding, and there's loads of demos for that on YouTube, which is a good resource. But for now, we're on straight binding, and the reason that we want a straight binding is that we're not doing any curves that we need them to look, you know, perfect. And this is a much easier way of doing your binding. So let's, you know, when you thought it was a good idea to do 3 strips so that you could demo on air, and now you're thinking, oh,
3 strips are quite long.
Right, let's call that a do.
Okay.
So for the bag, what we're going to do now is we're going to tidy these seams up here. And how we're going to do that is with the raw edges together like this. Now, you don't need to turn that under because both ends of this seam are going to be covered by other bindings.
Okay.
So just go down.
And
Take
this
your
is
time.
useful because it's not dissimilar to how you do a quilt binding.
That's
so
right, yeah.
It might be the first time that you've done this technique, and if you can do it this way, then you could certainly do it on a quilt.
The
without any
difference
issue.
here is that on a quilt, I would do this part, and then I would hand stitch the whole lot, and I'm not going to do.
Okay.
Now, I'm not pulling it through the machine, but I am holding it firm at the other end because there's quite a lot of bulk there. So just to help it through, I suppose you could use a walking foot really if you wanted to. So let's cut that off. And we'll cut this end off. You can see my stitch length is quite big. I often like a much larger stitch length with the tweed because it's a thicker fabric, and I find that the shorter stitch length, you know, it's a bit too short, particularly if I have to unpick, which is a regular occurrence. Right, so we joined the raw edges together, or placed the raw edges together there, which means this nice folded edge, it's nice and neat. That's a finished edge and we don't have to do anything with it. And all I'm going to do is pull it over to the right side. Now that fits okay, and as we get down here it's a bit tight, so we've got 2 choices, and the one I'm going to go with is trim it to fit.
Sounds like a good decision.
Well, you could unpick it and you could redo it. You could refold your binding if you haven't folded accurately, but you know, this is the lining of the bag. This is, only you are ever going to see this and know this, and if you're giving it away, the recipient won't have a clue anyway. So just taking that bulk out. So you have to, because it's thick, you need to just pull it round. So I'm using my fingers to really push that seam open at this side.
Look at that neat edge, beautiful.
It is, isn't it? So, and I keep saying to people, I am not the most proficient sewer in the world, but I enjoy what I do, and I quite enjoy the logic of working things out as well. So just enjoy what you do, and if it isn't perfect, it's the problem of the person who's judging, not you.
That's a very good way of putting it.
So let's come up. Can you see how it's, you know, no, I wouldn't do a quilt binding this way. I would be hand stitching at this point, but this isn't a quilt, it's a bag.
That's it.
And there's no reason why you can't do a quilt this way. If you were doing a quilt this way without the hand stitching, where usually we attach to the front and fold the binding over to the back, if I was going to do it by the machine on a quilt, you know, both sides, I would have attached to the front and pulled it, attached to the back and folded it over to the front, so that I was more in charge of the stitching that was visible. So it's not perfect, but we know that it isn't going to be as perfect as a hand stitched one. But for our purpose here,
look at that.
There's nothing wrong with that for the inside of a bag.
Beautiful. Anthea, thank you so much.
Shall I do the other side while you're...
Yeah, I was just going to do a quick review.
Come on, work for your money.
Maybe I'll do some words and numbers. Now, of course, Anthea's working on that fabulous bag, which is one of the projects, one of the 7 projects that you've got within your pattern booklet here. This is exclusive to us here at Hochanda. What Anthea has wanted to do is to give you a reason for getting hold of this with us and to say thank you to you, because what she's included in here are your 7 projects. So you've got things like your messenger bag in there, you've got your cushion, you've got the fabulous bag that we just saw Anthea working with, and you've got all your applique elements to create your brand new characters. And of course, if you have been getting hold of the series that Anthea's been created since we started kind of lockdown and all the different facets of it, then this is, well, it may be the final instalment, who knows? We don't really know where the situation is, do we? Now, you've got your butterflies, of course, you've got your 5 different butterflies with your applique templates in there, giving you the wonderful projects. Now, just show you all the projects featuring art detailed within the gallery that you get included in here. There's some extra bits with these as well, so don't worry, when you're getting hold of these, you will get absolutely loads for your £23.99. But what you need to be doing is getting hold of this in order for you to create the projects. And then if you want to create them in a similar style to Anthea, then you need to go for some of those applique packs. Now, over half the stock of the pattern booklet has gone. I'm stepping away from Anthea for a few moments, so now is your time for you to take advantage of these. Do not miss out on them. That is the key thing. So if you want your pattern booklet, £23.99. But then your beautiful tweeds. Now, starting off with the butterflies. Within this applique pack, you'll have your applique to allow you to create the 5 butterflies featuring within the pattern booklet. So you've got your Red Admiral, absolutely beautiful, as you can see. Whether you're hand stitching it, whether you're doing it on your sewing machine, is entirely up to you. Then you've got your common blue, and I think this would look fabulous on maybe a denim jacket, or maybe down the size of a pair of denim jeans, or a bag, or a cushion, or on your butterfly bunting. Then you've got your peacock with those gorgeous kind of signature, almost like eyes featuring on the wings there. Absolutely beautiful colourways. And then as we go across, you'll see the next one is a new one to me, an orange tip, as you can see, and there exactly that's how it's been captured there. That gorgeous white tweed and that fabulous little orange cap to it there. But then you've got a traditional tortoise shell as well, with all the different elements coming together, and you get such a truly professional result with these. That is the key thing, and it's just easy for anybody to get involved with these, whether you're a novice sewer, whether you are an experienced sewer, but you are going to get ordered. It's with the white, it's actually like a lovely kind of chenille fabric. I didn't realise. Oh, it's so soft. Beautiful. £21.99, 345 837. All of these coming to you for just £21.99, and 40% of the stock has gone of these. So absolutely beautiful fabrics right the way through there. But we've got more applique packs for you, and some of the packs, like the next one, have actually got the foundations for your bag as well. There are additional elements that you'll need to add in, but the beautiful tweed that's been used on the outside of this bag is included within here. So you can see here you've got your large piece there for your bag, but then the applique is the star, isn't it, with this bag? Absolutely beautiful. Strawberry Fields, this one's called. And you can see you've got your applique there. Gorgeous design, and of course you will have your fabrics enabling you to create your little strawberries, your flowers, your leaves, and then all you need to do really is add in your R-form and add in your lining. The R-form is available on the website, as is lining fabric, to be fair, but you may have some in your stash. Maybe you've got a lovely bright red, just like the one that Anthea's used within hers. Isn't that gorgeous? So yeah, if you fancy getting hold of yours, then the pattern will need to be added in as well at the bottom of your screen, but £37.99 for your fabric pack that's going to work with, and that is that tweed, that gorgeous tweed, the quality that Anthea brings to us. So 014411 if you want to know. Now, oh yeah, please do, yeah.
Because I'm sat here listening. You're doing really well, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
That bag hasn't got the binding in, and the reason it hasn't got the binding in is I can't get in my shop at the moment.
Oh, I see.
And that is all I had, and I don't know, I think that could be a bit too bright, really. So I thought I'm going to leave it off.
Yes.
And if you want a pink or a grey or a green or whatever,
you choose,
so
yeah.
that's the reason it's not in. So I don't want anybody thinking they're missing a piece. It's not in there.
No problem at all. Thank you very much. There you go.
That's your work.
Now, our little otters, just bobbing along as you can see here. Now, the fabrics themselves did sell out. We've got the little applique pack at the bottom here with the details coming up. Sold out earlier on. It was our first sell out of the hour. We have got them on extended delivery now, the 31st of July, 229114. Again, the pattern for the bag that Anthea has been taking us through, that wonderful technique with the lining. You're going to be able to potentially put your little otters on here, but you could put them on the cushion if you wanted to. You could put them on the messenger bag. It's entirely up to you. But the key thing is the fabrics that will give you the character that you've got with these wonderful little otters. I love that one at the bottom. It's like, what are you looking at? What are you looking at with a little baby on the tummy? Adorable. This is like, yeah, I'm not just an otter. I'm just bobbing along. There's nothing to see here. And you can see your gorgeous little kind of gold fabrics in there. You've got your fabric there for the little crabs as well. So there's a lovely, lovely design there. And again, the applique pattern is included in the booklet at the bottom of your screen. 229114 if you fancy getting hold of those. More to share with you because you've got 7 projects within that pattern booklet. And the next one is absolutely blooming. And that is the style of the bag with the applique. Again, the same style bag as you saw just a few moments ago. But here you've got those gorgeous sweep of kind of fantasy flowers coming along, and I think this is lovely because the template in the pattern will allow you perhaps to use other scraps that you've got within your stash, but you have got the most incredible tweed included with this one to give you the ability to make the outer of it, or the majority of your outer bag. So you've got your tweed, as you can see there, the top and bottom of your tweed there. You're going to add in your own lining and binding, and that is something, because I think the binding, especially that sweep of binding across the front, is just lovely to actually coordinate with what you've got on the inside. The binding around the top, very much a personal affair. So you have got the tweed for your applique, as you can see, and you've got enough tweed there for you to create that sweep of the pattern across the front, and then of course you've got your fabric for your back as well. Isn't that beautiful? Lovely. 2 flexi buys of £28 does mean that you could add in quite easily the pattern at the bottom and spread the cost of that one as well, because it would work out as just £12 extra on each one of those flexi buy payments. But you will get 6 of the projects as well. So 713414 if you fancy getting hold of your fabric pack for your absolutely blooming bag. Now, the oyster catcher is another wonderful one, and the whole theme behind today's show, those patterns are kind of staycations, holidaying at home, and that's the whole ethos behind it. And here you've got, again, the fabric pack down at the front there with the fabric to allow you to create your base, your cushion base, but then you can decide on your applique, and you don't have to just decide now, you can wait until you get home, or get it home, should I say. And the beauty is you could recreate this time and time again using other fabrics if you wanted to, because of course the wonderful little elements all come together so beautifully. Maybe you will be doing the one with the little boat, as you can see. Isn't that cute? And I love that kind of free motion stitching that you've got there, creating the different lines on there. Beautiful design. Again, £22.50 at 105932. That will get you fabric, but again, at the bottom of your screen you can see that very, very popular pattern booklet that we've got for you. Lots of you adding this into your basket as well, because of course you have got all the patterns and the templates to use alongside those applique packs. 70% of the stock has gone. It's 10 to 8 in the morning. We haven't got another show featuring these. Anthea is back up with himself at 10 o'clock, and we will have more. We're actually talking Christmas a little bit later on. So yeah, if you're wanting to get hold of these, then do make sure that you get hold of them during this hour. Yeah, really nice little set there. I love that, all the detail that you've got in there. Templates, patterns, all included within there for just £23.99. 216792. Can't believe it actually works out. It was £3.43 per pattern. Wow. per pattern within there. That is amazing value. So yeah, do get that one into your basket. 216792. Beautiful inspiration there as well, and there's lots more to share with you. Now your R form, you're in R form. That is the one that's going to give you a body to your bag. It's almost like a foam lining, and it gives it the stability. It means that that bag will stand up by itself, and of course with that wonderful technique that Anthea has been sharing with us, nice and easy to use. Just £10.99. You're going to get a ½ metre of that, and it's 58 inches in width, so it's a really good size with regards to that one. So pop that one into your basket. Again, if you're popping that in alongside any of those kits that are on FlexiBuy, you can spread the cost of those. What else have we got? Wadding. Ooh, wadding. This one's 90 inches wide. That is a wide wadding. All the W's. 099 at 572 13.99 for that, and you're getting a metre of that. Really good value for money. So there's lots and lots for you to consider. Pop it all into your basket. Make sure you're checking your baskets out. That metallic fabric, oh, this is gorgeous. You're getting ½ metre of your gold, ½ metre of your silver there for just £9.99. 101448. Now the quilt, the bunny quilt behind. Anthea, this is beautiful. Talk us around what we've got here as well, because we have got the kit details on the screen for the complete quilt there. £25 saving, 3 flexi buys. My voice is going, so I'm going to hand over to Anthea.
Oh, right, best earn my keep now. Right, so the photograph there of the kit, you get loads more than that, because well, there's two things. First of all, when I sent the stuff down, my order hadn't arrived, so I had to wing it a bit. I thought, oh no, if I don't send anything, nobody will notice. So you get about 4 metres, and as I was sat here the other Sunday doing it, and I thought, oh, sugar lumps, I haven't put anything in for the border. So then you got another chunk, you got like another ½ metre. I'm like, so anyway, I adore it. Sue and I, we were planning a show, and we were like, oh, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. And then we looked at the time scale, and we're like, we don't have time. Should we just do one project? Yeah, let's just do one project. so then Sue set about drawing the bunnies, and I set about doing the plan. So she did the applique and I did the piecing, and then it all just came together. And we like to do it. There's a little story in and amongst, so you've got a couple of stories here. So you've got like, you know, like the one at the top just sat there, and we've all seen a bunny that like. This one's having a little face wash, and we've got the one here with the carrots. But can you see here? You've got the jumping ones, so jump,
love
and
it.
down the hole, and then has popped out of the hole up here.
Over the top, love it.
So and in the kit. You get the scope to change the colours if you want to do. You can
now the details
personalise them.
are on your screen there. 092300. That's going to get you the full kit for 3 flexi buys at £66.99. I don't know where the time has gone, Anthea. They've just told me in my ear we've got about 2.5 minutes left. So, is there anything you wanted to talk around?
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get to see any more sewing.
Well, I can just finish off the top of the bag. So, because while Hayley was earning her keep, I was earning mine here. So just like I did with the side seams, I've put a binding round the top. Now when you get to the end, you need that to be neat, and how you're going to do that is you need to trim this a bit shorter. So I can never remember like this which way around I do it. So let's take that one a bit shorter there, and this one here, let's fold a little bit in. So I've put the top binding on just like I did for the side. So by folding that, it's a neat edge. In fact, let's take it a bit shorter. I am rushing, honest.
Oh, don't worry.
There we go. Pop that in. Sit this end inside and then fold it up. And obviously you can take a few minutes to straighten it, and then all you do is continue the seam down there across both, and all you'll have on the join once it's stitched down is a little overlap piece. Now you won't even be able to get anything up there, it'll be so tight, so absolutely nobody is going to realise that that is an open edge, and that's how you finish the top binding nice and neat. And also if you're doing a quilt, that's how you would do a quilt, nice and simple too.
I love it. Anthea, thank you so much. And the base there, you've pinned it in place, you just stitch that and then use the same technique.
Yeah, it just fits nicely, just what they call easing it in. So put it in, I've pinned it. I would probably tack that, because I think I would break needles on the machine.
It's easier, isn't it, to take the pins out?
Clips, if you've got clips, put those in, and that's it. handles on, and in an hour,
Lovely.
from start to finish, you've got a fantastic lined bag.
But needless to say, you're best to put the applique in place before you constructing your bag. We can't
Sorry,
send it
I
back
should
to
have
front.
mentioned that.
No,
Yeah.
that's okay. That's not a problem at all. Anthea, thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you a little bit later on. 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as
We're
well.
talking Christmas.
Yeah.
Never too early. That's a matter of opinion, but there you go. Now, of course, we've got lots more coming up here at Hochanda. We've just kicked off a brand new day here. We've got 8 o'clock show coming up, which, of course, is going to be featuring our amazing Zuri one-day special with the lovely Catherine. So I hope you can grab yourself a cuppa and meet me at the other side of this break for more inspiration from us here at Hochanda. So yes, a very, very busy one-day special. Expect that to continue throughout the day. And then we've got Mad Hatters coming up a little bit later, back at 10 with the wonderful Anthea. Check out the schedule, there's loads going on.
Hi, we're the team from Daisy Bee Stamps. My name's Nina, this is Josie, and this is my dad Roy. And we design and manufacture our very own polymer stamps. So 3 years ago, we decided to embark on turning our own designs into polymer stamps. We're really excited about where this is going to take us in the future and how we can evolve those designs and keep bringing you something that's just so different. So we wanted to add an extra element to our stamp collection, and this was down to Josie using her iPad and hand drawing the amazing sentiments that we now have in our collection. All our designs complement each other so that you can use them again and again to create something new. So make sure you don't miss the Daisy Bee shows on Hochanda.
Hi, my name's Leona. I've been into crafting for many years now. As a little girl, I'd craft with mum and dad, but then obviously it stuck with me that much that it became my career. I think for me, crafting's so fun because there's always something new to learn. There's always something new to play with, and it's such a rewarding hobby as well. That's why I absolutely love it and recommend it to so many people. I'm really thrilled to be part of the Hochanda family. Really excited about seeing how it's grown, seeing how it's developed so far, and all the brand new things that I know we've got coming up. I'm really passionate about getting back into demonstrating on TV as well, and actually sharing techniques with you, products with you that I personally love. I hope you can tune into my shows here live at Hochanda.
Did you know you can watch Hochanda 24 hours a day, 7 days a week using the Hochanda app on your Amazon Fire Stick for free? Just like your smartphone accesses an app store to add new applications, your Amazon Fire Stick accesses the Amazon App Store to add new applications. By downloading the Hochanda app, you'll be able to access your favourite craft channel on your TV anytime you want to watch. Here's how to do it. Simply turn on your TV and connect your Amazon Fire Stick. If this is your first time using the device, follow the on-screen instructions to connect to the internet and log into your Amazon account. Once set up, you'll need to open the search bar. To do so, simply use your remote circular directional dial to scroll to the search icon and select it. Now simply type Hochanda into the search bar and this will take you to the Hochanda app. All you need to do now is select download, and remember, it's free. Once this is added to your Fire Stick, you can move the app for easy access. Press and hold your home button on any app and then select apps from the menu that appears. Scroll down to the Hochanda app and press the button with the 3 horizontal lines on your remote and select Move to Front. And that's it! You can now watch, purchase and catch up with your favourite shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your TV whenever you feel crafty.
Hi, I'm Jenny Mays from Hobby Art. Hobby Art's a family-run company and we've been designing and manufacturing stamps for over 28 years now. We have an extensive range of clear and rubber stamps and we're proud that they're all manufactured in Britain.